guys, I'm still kind of sick, so sorry if you can't really understand me, but I'm trying. But I'm making this video to show you guys all the cool things I did in Hawaii, and if you ever go there, then you should definitely check these places out. Okay, so I'm sitting closer to the camera so then you can hear me better. Hopefully you can. But on my trip, I went to the island of Oahu, which is this one. And this island is the main island that's actually called Hawaii, but the locals call it Big Island. Like, it's literally called Big Island. Anyway, so I'm going to show you the cool places that I went to on Oahu. I didn't record everything that I did, or like everywhere that I went, because it wasn't really my first priority when I was in Hawaii, but I made sure to record the really cool places, so here we go. The first beach that I went to was Waikiki Beach. It's literally the beach meets the city meets the mountains, and it's really pretty, and a lot of people come to Waikiki Beach just to chill out because the waves aren't big, so it's pretty calm for a natural beach, and yeah, it was just really relaxing and really pretty. The second beach that I went to wasn't really a recreational beach, it was more of like a turtle reserve. I don't remember the name though. Anyways, there were these giant tortoises that were washing up on shore, and I never thought I'd come that close to a giant tortoise, but of course we weren't allowed to touch them. According to the lady that worked there, these tortoises swam all the way to Hawaii from French waters. I wonder how long it took them to get here. The third beach that I went to was Kailua Beach. Now this beach was a little more active because there was less sand for relaxing and stuff, and more water for water activities. I don't know. But anyways, a lot of people took their kayaks to Kailua Beach, and they usually rode to this little island. It's not a clear picture, but when I was there I saw like 20 kayaks parked on that little island. It was cool. The last beach that I went to was Olina Beach, and it was on my last day of Hawaii. Olina is probably the most popular beach in Oahu because it's home to a huge tourist attraction called Paradise Cove, which is where the luau took place, but I'll tell you about the luau later. So Olina is actually 4 man-made beaches all right next to each other, and this is what it looks like from a bird's eye view. Pretty cool, yeah? This is probably the most relaxing beach I've ever been to. Of course, since it's man-made, you know, there were no dead crabs, no pointy rocks. The sand was really fine, and there were no waves at all because after a certain distance out, there were these huge rocks that were placed there to block the waves, so the water that you swam in was completely calm, and you were surrounded by palm trees, and it was just amazing. If you visit Oahu, you have to visit Olina Beach and Paradise Cove. So those were all the beaches that I went to. Up next is a famous highway named after a king who united the islands. This is his name. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm just gonna call him King Hawaii. Okay? Cool. Alright, so as long as I'm talking about island history, I have to include that I visited one of the most historical places in Hawaii called Pali, or that's how I think you pronounce it. I'm gonna call it Pali. This is the site of the Battle of Nuuanu, aka one of the bloodiest battles in Hawaiian history. Remember when I said King Hawaii united all the islands? Well, by united, I meant took over. Not as peaceful as you thought. So after conquering the islands of Maui and Molokai, King Hawaii conquered the island of Oahu. The locals say that Pali is one of the most haunted places in Oahu because not only is it the battle site, but it's also the same place where over 400 Oahu soldiers committed suicide. Because King Hawaii had so many soldiers, they all trapped the Oahu defenders onto the edge of that cliff, and you know, they would all rather die than live under King Hawaii's rule, so they all jumped off and committed suicide. Okay, so I'm done with the depressing history lesson. It's interesting though, right? Now, on a happier note, I'm going to show you my favorite parts of Hawaii, which were the luau and shave ice. Hello! Okay, so me and Andy, that's Andy, say hi. That's my nephew, but he's older than me. Anyways, we're going to this place called Alright, cool. Well, apparently there's this really good thing called shave ice. Is it shave ice or shaved ice?
Shave ice.
Shave ice. And it's like Rita's but better.
I'ma show you what we're gonna do. You got me saying ooh la la la.
This is shaved ice.
Ooh la 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 la, yeah.
My kite cousins, however, I did say on the count of 3. Too many Mai Tais. Let's try that again. This time on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Aloha to all of you. Beautiful aloha spirit, you may be seated.
Your love could stop my heart. It's like I've been drinking wine. The color of our world soon gonna shine. I'll be a lifetime love, no pressure, take your time. No matter what the time of day, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing. I'll got a dragon edge away. I'll be there in good time. For your love, I'm falling for you, and I hope you're falling too. So just take my heart, and I'ma show you what we're gonna do. You got me saying ooh la 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 la, yeah. You got me saying ooh la 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 la, yeah. It just gets sweeter every day.
And that was most of my Hawaii trip. Like I said before, I didn't record all the things I did and all the places that I went, but I'll put the other places that I went in the description bar if you guys want to look it up for yourself. You know. And that's it. Mahalo for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you ever go to Hawaii, well, good for you. Aloha.
Show you what we're gonna